computer again. Well, just as I was saying before I was interrupted, is that it's very much possible that you could use this already in your animatic by simply doing a screenshot of this image right now. Now, when you do a screenshot for this image that you have here, um, it's called what you call an OpenGL. Now, you could use it using shaded mode. And if you use shaded mode, this is how it looks like. Now, you could alter shading mode. Let me make use the control spacebar first to get rid of all the menus on the screen. Okay, you could use this button over here. This one allows you to place a wireframe on shaded. So when you make use of wireframe on shaded, oh, that's wireframe, sorry. Wireframe on shaded, okay, allows you to place lines over the shaded portions of your mesh. So this one actually gives out a more complex looking image of the item that you want to work. So let's just say, sir, I want to do a layout that looks like this. Can you do that layout? Yes, that's good. The next thing that I want you guys to know for your layout is to assign the camera. So the camera, we could make use of the camera that I have right now. This is my perspective here, and I could use the camera, my perspective view for that. Okay, to do this, okay, let me go to Windows and let me make use of Outliner. And the outliner allows me to select specific objects. The one that I want to work on is my perspective camera. This is my perspective camera right now. Now I want to do a layout for this perspective camera. So what I could do is I could right click on it. Okay, and well, okay, I could use my what do you call this? My attribute editor for this. Let me make use of a Control A twice. Okay, there you go. Once I pick on perspective, it allows me to look at the different camera parameters. Now, I know Maya and any other 3D software can be intimidating because it has a lot of controls. But I want you guys to spot something that's easy to apply. And what is that? Okay. Sir, how do you set this one up in such a way that we could use this to our advantage and not be confused with all these items over here? Okay, so let me just take a look at perspective and perspective shape. Okay, I could say that on perspective shape, which is basically all the parameters on your camera, okay, I would now scroll down. Okay, I have your film backdate. Okay, I could turn that one off for the time being. What's important for me is to place an environment. Sir, an environment. Okay, if you want to have a background color that's black when it's rendered or white when it's rendered, this is how you set it up. For the time being, I'll place it on my background color black so that it would work for my advantage. Next is my display options. The display options allows me to lay it out. So I want pag ginawa ko to, I want to make sure that when I use this, okay, pag ginawa ko, it shows me the proper layout. So how do you do that? Okay, I would turn on first, number one, your safe action. Safe action is that portion of your frame where it shows the action. If you're going to move something, it's going to be within this area only. Then we also have safe title. Safe title is an area which if you have text or subtitles, it should be above that. Or if it's lower than that, it will not be seen before. The same thing also for safe action, because your safe action means that any object that's outside this grid or box, it means that the action won't be noticeable. Okay, so I've adjusted that. Some people wants to turn on my the film gate, which is this. Okay, it tells me an idea of my optimum range, okay, for what I want to render. And I have display resolution, which should tell me what resolution that I'm having right now. It's 960 by 540. Now, what I want to do is to change some settings and so forth. Okay. Apart from this, so guys, this just remember, safe action, safe title. You'd find that in your camera. You click on your camera. Once you click on your camera, you scroll down. Once you scroll down, look for display options, display this film gate, display the resolution, display the gate mask, turn on safe action, and turn on safe title so that you have a good idea of how the layout's going to work. So I would look like now, and then I would say now, pwede sana kaya lang sir, pwede ipan mo pa ng konti. So I would make use of Control or Alt and my left mouse button or my right mouse button so I could pan and then pick a particular image that would work for the scene that I want. So let's just say, ito na yun. Okay, this is the type of angle that I want, sir. Okay, this is the angle that I want. Okay, that's all good. Okay, you could now render current frame for this one. So in order for us to render, instead of me using the menu, I'll use my hotbox instead. So you press and hold your space bar for your hotbox. You look for render, and then you go for render current frame. Okay, I'm rendering current frame right now. Now, a while ago, I was pressing render. The type of renderer that I want to make use of, okay, is, let's just say, okay, let me just make use of render current frame for the time being. Okay, I'm going to render using my software, and I want to render the current frame that I have right now. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Can you guys see this? Okay, so this already gives us an idea of how it's going to look like. Sir, it looks like this. Okay, now it doesn't have lighting yet. It doesn't have, but it gives you an idea of the structure. It gives you an idea that, okay, I want to make a Alice Star Wars type of fantasy. Okay, and I want to create that. So if I want to create that, this is how it's going to look like. Now, there are certain things that you want to change. Okay, so sir, what do you want to change? Okay, I would go to render settings. And let's just say on my layout, okay, I'm not interested at 960. I want to render it at a different ratio. So I'm making use of HD 540. It might not be something that you like. I want to make use of full 1280 by screen. Okay, so I want to do that. Okay, I want to render it on this. So you're looking at a width ratio of 1280 by 1024. Okay, so let's just say you're okay with that. You're using your perspective camera right now, and you want to see how it looks like. So render, that's how you do it. So once you render it, you're happy with it, you can now save it. Save it, and then I could say, okay, once I render, I want to save it. Okay, I'm going to save your file. Okay, so for this one, let me go. Oh, sorry, it's re-rendering again. So okay, let me just expand the camera a little bit more so I could go for all my options, because right now the options do not show up. Okay, my lights kind of disappeared again. Sorry, guys. Okay, it just means that I have to wrap up the session really quick because electricity might fail. Okay, so if you're happy for this one, okay, you could go to File, Save Image. Now I just right clicked on it instead of using the menu because the menu is not here. So I go to right click on it, I go to File, I go to Save Image, and you could save it already. Now when you save it, okay, it goes inside 3D asset, then images. So you could give this one as your study number one. So 01, cam, okay, sabihin natin perspective, okay, cam 1, I'll just call it cam 1. Or camera 1, okay, cam 1, and there you go. Okay, 01, cam 1, 01. Okay, so I'll just save it like this. I'll save it either a PNG file. The good thing about the PNG file, it has transparency. So if you have a particular background that you want to match it in, you could preserve the transparency for that, and you could save it. So the black areas will make it transparent. Sir, I don't want to render it black. Is it possible that I render it in white and then I just save it as a JPEG? Yeah, you could do that. So let me just, okay, I changed the background color from black to white, and this is how it looks like. It looks better now, sir. I like this. Okay, I want to use it right now. Okay, so what you could do right now is to save it. You right click on the screen, you go to File, Save Image, and once you go to File, Save Image, you now save it where you want to be. So let's just say this would be 02 cam 1. Okay, so this is 002 study. Okay, and then I'll save it. There you go, guys. Sir, it's nice and dandy that you're showing us the perspective view, but sometimes we have to move the perspective view. Is it possible that I could create a new camera and do a different layout? Yeah, you could do that. Okay, precisely why you could create cameras. You go to create, you go to cameras, then you click on camera. Now, your camera is this one over here. You want to see what the camera is looking at. So in order for us to do that, okay, what should we do? Okay, right now you're looking at perspective, but I want to look at something else. So, okay, how do we set it up, okay, in such a way that we could go to the different panels, okay? So, for this one, let me look at panels. Okay. Let me just tap my space bar and then take a look. Okay, this is my perspective view. Okay, and let me just move it here. And I want to use my camera right now. Okay, yun nga lang. Okay, display nga tayo. Display. Sorry guys, Windows. Let me use the hotbox instead because I can't locate the menu bar. So just in case that you move from one Maya version to another and you can't find it, you can just resort to your hotbox. I'll go to panels, I would go to perspective, and I could go to camera one. And once it does the camera one, it allows me to look at camera one. Right now, I could say that I'm looking at the layout that shows me this angle over here. Now you could make use of control and your right mouse button, your alt and your left mouse button or your right mouse button to shift your line of sight. You could zoom out, okay, so that you have a better view of what you're looking at. And if you're already happy with it, that's the time you can now render the scene. Now, I do want to see what are the attributes, my safe layout for this. So just like a while ago where we have our numerous cameras, I have here my outliner. I turned it on so I could click on camera one, which I'm doing right now. I could change the background color to white, and I would now turn on, okay, my film gate, my resolution, my display action, and display safe action, display safe title. And this gives you an idea of how I could render my stuff. And it's going to render it based on this layout over here. So let's just say, sir, I want to pan it a little bit more so it does come up with this view. Okay, so once you've done that one, you can now render the scene. So how do you do the render? Space bar, render, render current frame. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I'll render the current frame. So once I render the current, it looks like this. Okay, and if you need this one as an animatic, okay, for your image, you could save this one. Okay, right click on it, file, save image. And once you right click on it, save image, you could now give it a different name. Now, I'm using, okay, a different camera. So let's just say this is camera number two. Okay, so camera two, but this will be E03. E03, camera two. There we go. Okay. Now, it does show me my object using a simple renderer. Now, the reason why it's a simple renderer is because I don't have lights introduced on my scenes. Now, whenever you apply lights, like what the exercise last time entails, what you could do is you could apply the scenes and you could make use of your Arnold shader. But I'm going to warn you right now, if you're going to do that at this point, try to know if your particular lockout can do it. Okay, for me, renderings like this one would already help and give you an idea of how your progress is going to be. Now, sir, I don't want to use my software. You mentioned before that you could give it a completely 2D type of look. how do you do that in 2D? Like right now, it's semi 2D because it looks like it's shaded and stuff. I could actually use this for production. But if I'm going to change it and move it more, I could make use of Maya Vector instead. In Maya Vector, and this is the reason why I like 2018 and 2019, because they got rid of this one, this particular shader for 2020 and beyond. Okay, is that it gives a fail-safe way of applying a 2D render on my object. Okay, let me render it right now to give you an example. So I'm using Maya Vector, okay, and it'll take some time to render it because you might ask, sir, mas okay pa yata Maya shader kasi Maya software render take too long. Sandali lang gawin. Kaya lang when you go for Maya Vector, it takes some time because what it does, it calculates for the different color swatches that you have. So Maya works this way so that you know how the renderer does it. Remember, when you're okay, nagpe-fatal error, hindi niya kaya. Okay, for some odd reason, guys. So hindi niya kaya, it's too hard for it. So it's having problems right now. Ayaw, hindi niya kaya. Okay, so I have to disengage and then close this Maya window. Hindi niya kaya because it's too, what you call this, too complex. Okay, too complex. So paano answer? If you have complex things like this one, well, you could resort to Maya render na lang. But if you're going to go for 2D render or 2D vector, we have to use a simpler object. Now, it just so happens that my system might be crashing because it's taking a toll on my system. Okay, malakas kumain ng memory ng Maya and Zoom at the same time. Okay, so sorry for that. Let me try that one again, and let me try Maya with a different file, something that's simpler. Para hindi naman siya hirap na hirap. So let me just turn on my 2019. And let me make use of share screen again. Okay, sorry for that, class. Okay, things like this happens. Okay, especially when it rains, it does happen. So it did rain hard for me. Okay, so let me make use of share screen again. Okay, not screen number 2. Okay, mine is still loading. Sorry. It's still loading right now. Maybe it had a hard time, okay, while I was loading before. So maybe my file is just too heavy for it to render. So if it does fail on you, you can make use of a different render altogether. So let me share my screen again. There you go. So my objective here is not to show you that Maya crashes. No, hindi yan habol ko. Okay, so let me just close this. Okay, yes, it made and saved the file, but I don't really need it right now. It's kind of lagging pa because I just closed the window and it's going to adjust now. Okay, sir, can you use a simpler object? Okay, sige. I don't know if this object has layers, parang walang layers. I just have the jet. And right now, something happened and it destroyed the rest of the jet. Okay, so may mga ganyan. Okay, so let's see if it works or not. Okay, so let me get rid of this animation auto keyframe on. Let me create another camera again. And the reason why I want to have the camera there, I want to see what's the camera looking at. So I would make use of my space bar. I could go to panels, perspective, camera 1. Okay. And once I have camera 1 there, I want to see the layout for camera 1. Okay, so for this to happen, let me make use of Alt. Okay, sorry for that. Let me go to perspective view. Okay, let me go back to the camera mode that I want. So let me go to panels, perspective, camera 1. Okay, I want to see the layout for that, so I could use my attribute editor. Okay, I have to select my camera. Now I can't select it without my outliner. So let me go to Windows Outliner. There you go. And once I have my Windows Outliner there, I have camera 1. Let me turn on the following attributes. So the following attributes that I want is display options. Let's just say it's in space, so it's okay, it's black. So environment is black. Okay, I'm looking at save action and save title. So save action, save title. You could turn on your film gate if you want to. Okay, so there we go. Okay, I would be saving the scene first because something might happen. Okay, just in case it hanged and stuff. Okay, I could work on that. Now, what I want to do first is to make use of my vector. Okay, if you remember, I made use of normal renderers. So for that to happen, okay, you could go to render. You could go to render using Maya software. Now, let's just say I don't want to make use of my, I want to use my software right now. Okay, and I want to render the current frame. So render current frame. So once I go to render current frame, render that frame for me, and it'll look like this. Okay, so that's okay with me. Sir, I'm okay with that. I want to save it and so forth. I could save it right now. Sir, I want to change the resolution. The resolution doesn't work for me. So if we want to change the resolution for this, okay, spacebar, go to render. Okay, you render settings. You click on render settings. Out comes the dialog box. The dialog box looks like this. And on my software, you just scroll down to the very bottom. Let's just say the renderer camera that you want is camera one. And you want the camera one to have a different aspect ratio. I'm using HD H40. I want to go to full 1024 or 124, which is based on screen. And I could do that. And I could render it again. Okay, so again, instead of me using that, I'll use the icon instead. And this one can be saved already. So I could right click, I could go to file, save image. And once I've done that one, I could now place it where I want it to be. So okay, so sabihin natin, let's just type in 01, okay, cam one. There you go. Okay. So the next thing that I want to do, sir, I want to do something else. So let's just close this window. Okay, you want to use a different renderer? Okay, I'm gonna save my file first, guys. Okay, so maybe file save again because it might hang. So let's see if we could prevent that. Okay, and right click on it. Right click on a blank portion of the screen. Okay, space bar, sorry, for your hotbox. Go to render. Okay, and this time I'll go to render settings. And the render settings I want to do right now is to change it. I moved from my software to my vector. Okay, and I'm going to use my vector right now. What I want to do is to render my objects using a single color. Now, the reason why I told you it's kind of heavy is that what it does, it's that it takes a look at all the different color gradients and knock them down into an average color. So if for example, you have like in the scene like 256 colors, it will bring it down to 8 flat colors. So therefore, certain colors of this of a particular strand, certain gradients of orange, blue, okay, yellow, okay, will be knocked down to just one flat color. And that's why it takes some time to do. So I would now do this one. I would now render this. Okay, let me render this right now. Okay, space bar. Okay, go here. Render. Okay, render current frame. Now I'm pressing hold my space bar for that one. I'll render. Okay. It doesn't want to, guys, talaga. Okay, really sorry. Okay, it's doing a fatal error because maybe it's just too complex. So it doesn't want to. Okay, and I don't know. It's failing me because I have I have two my Zoom window and my other systems on. Now, I'll pick a simpler model just in case. So sorry about that. Let me try that one again. Open again for the third time, guys. Okay, so I guess it's not my day. Okay, everything seems crashing. I hope you guys are okay with that. Anyway, everything is recorded. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Maya to start again. I won't use the same file, mind you. I'll use something else. Okay, there we go. Share screen. There we go. Okay, so there's something happening. Let me just close it and let me go to file, set project. I'll make use of another file, okay, because I know that it hangs all the time. So I'll set project. I'll use this 3D asset project instead. Okay, and I could go to file open scene. I could see that in my scene I have the following. Okay, let's go to exercise 1, exercise 1. Okay, so I won't say it. Okay, this is exercise 1. Okay, so let's just say our most primary project. Okay, So ito kung naghang pa, ewan ko na guys. So just to give you an example, okay, these are the objects that I have. Now, I would explore grayscale, but for the time being, let's just say I would place color onto my object. So I'd select one or two or three or four. Okay, some objects over here. And once I have that one, okay, assign a new material. Okay, the new material can be a flat new material. Okay, so let's just say new material is Lambert, and it's Lambert. I will give material A. And material A has a color. The color is light blue or green. Okay, so that's green. And the others, okay, I would select them. Okay, I'd select them like this. Okay, I'd select them like this, like a window. Okay, and once I've done that one, okay, right click on it. Okay, assign a favorite material. I'll make use of blend again, of Lambert again, and I would make use of a material B. And material B has a particular color. The color is yellow. Okay, something like that. Okay, so I have these objects right now. They're colored. They're pretty basic, but the reason why I did that is because my particular Maya or my computer is hanging with all the different commands that I have right now. So I could go to create. I could go to polygon to cameras and make a camera. My camera's here, but I want to know how it looks like in the layout. So this is what I'm going to do. You use spacebar, you go to panels, perspective, camera one. Okay, this is how it looks like. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, using my controls, and this is my camera. Okay, I'm looking my objects this way. I'll go for a different angle, and let's just say this is the angle that I want. Now, the next thing I want to do is to change certain stuff with my camera. So you could scroll down while you're still selecting a camera. You could go to environment, change the background color to white. You could also change our display options. So if you remember, display field gate, resolution, save action, save title. And there you go. Okay, so I'll just leave it at 960 for the time being because of course I already showed you how to change it. Now let's go to the vector render. So let's just say you want to do a vector render. Okay, you could space bar, press and hold your hotbox, go to render settings. And once I go to render settings, out comes this dialog box. What I want to change here, dialog box, is change the type of renderer, change it to Maya Vector. Now, mind you, Maya Vector only exists in versions 18 and 19, and then somehow Autodesk thought of not using it again. Let me just change it to full 1024 instead. And I'm okay with this. Okay, I would click on the tab for Maya Vector. I'll make use of single color. And let's just see if it would render now. Okay, so let me render right now. There we go. It's rendering, rendering, rendering. I hope it renders. Okay, fatal error pairing, guys. It doesn't want to. Okay, so what do I want you guys to do? Okay, I think there's something really, really wrong with my items, but let me just allow you to do this. Okay, I want you to try single color. Single color knocks it down to medyo 2D na image. Okay, and sorry guys. Okay, okay. So alam mo, this is not working for me. Okay, so guys, I hope okay lang. I'll try to record when my computer is in a better state. Maybe the reason why it's doing that is because I have Zoom on and everything. I'll just try to do a Zoom record. Um, I'll do one tonight. Okay, I'll record one tonight. Okay, because it's not working the way I want it to work. Okay, I don't know what's happening, so I have to refresh my computer and maybe have it rest for some time because it's been on for some time. Okay, so sorry about that, class. I hope you guys are okay. Okay lang, Marty. Okay, sorry then, yeah, Jim. I want to do and show you how I do the vector render. Okay, I have a feeling the fatal error is because when Maya saw that I am downloading the thing, it took advantage of it and then upgraded it, but it also disabled my Maya vector because it was working last week. So I was doing a demo and Maya vector worked really, really well. Maybe after Maya detected and upgraded the thing, it decided to delete Maya vector from it, so that kind of sucked. Now, for the time being, if Maya vector doesn't work for you, you could use wireframe when shaded. and so that you can have lines and stuff like that, and you could color shade it in using render current frame, and you can just make use of software render for your animatics. I hope that one helps. But let me provide another one once my computer works. Okay, I'll try to explore why it doesn't want to do that, and I'll show you how my renderer does it, and you guys can work out something that's different. Okay, so very sorry about that, guys. I'll turn on my camera. Okay, I have to conclude this session. I have another meeting in a few minutes also. So sorry about that. It's a failure. Okay, I don't want to fail, but um, it doesn't want to work right after I uploaded the stuff. Okay, I downloaded the new version. Okay, so there you go. Okay, Autodesk detected my older version of 2018 that I've been stopping to upgrade. And when it did upgrade, it won't work. Okay, Maya Vector won't work anymore. Okay, sorry about that. So I'll just do something, improvise something. I'll record something so that you guys can see. The drop boxes I'll try to alter. Hopefully they give me an answer by tomorrow. I'll just drop some links for my demo. Okay, I'll record it through Zoom instead, but on a better condition because right now it's raining and maybe it's affecting the thing. And I'm having power outages right now. So it's kind of dark now due to support. I only have a few gadgets that are running. Basically, the electric fan and the laptop and the TV. Yun lang. That's the only thing that's running. Anyway, so I have to conclude this session. Okay, I hope you guys are okay. I'll upload whatever I can upload right now and then give another session for the vector renders because I just want to show you how the vector render works and how the play blast works so that you have an idea on how you could do the play blast and you could show your stuff using the play blast. Okay, that is basically my intent for this session. But I'm not able to do that because my crashed several times. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. Okay, can I invite everybody to turn on your cameras so that we could at least grace the session with an attendance. Okay, so we'll have our attendance right now. Okay, sorry about that, Chase. I know you guys are looking forward for this session. Okay, maganda sana kasi marami tayong magagawa. Sorry about that. Okay, so please turn on your camera. Sean, Erica, can you show your camera too? Hi, Brent. Brent, kaya ba? Okay, so we'll have a consultation, guys. Don't worry. I'll tell the class. I'm looking at the consultation time. We could have a consultation on Saturday. Okay lang ba Saturday sa inyo? Saturday, Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock. Okay lang ba yun sa inyo? Saturday at 1 o'clock. Can we have that one? I just want to know what the projects you want to do, and I'll base it from there. And mind you, I just want you guys to go through the consultation because it's still 20% of your grade. So if you're able to show me what you will plan to do and then how you do it, then that has a grade itself, apart from the final grade. Okay? Cool, guys. Okay, so I'll upload this session even though it failed, but at least I was able to show you how to render your stuff so that you could use it as an animatic, okay, part of your animatics. Okay, so Marty was saying, hindi daw siya pwede Saturday, may communicate through GChat. Yes, pwede naman sa GChat. Okay lang yan. Okay, you could show me also items in GChat. We used that one last term because our problem when we were exchanging images, we could use GChat. I hope you're okay with it. Just give me screenshots of the stuff that you want to do, and that already tells me a good idea what you want to make for your finals. So okay lang yan. So Chase, if you're working on something, Brent, if you're working on something, Yejin, if you're working on something, just do a screenshot of it and then show it on Saturday. It's fine. But for those who want to have something more intimate, they talk to me and stuff like that, and I could show stuff. Okay, we could do it on Saturday. Okay, 1 o'clock, guys. 1 o'clock. Okay lang ba yun? Let's have a consultation 1 o'clock. For those who can't, G-chat nila. It's fine. Okay, I won't deduct just as long as I can see the stuff. Okay, yun lang, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Let's now start with our visual attendance. Okay, so F to F, Chase, my problem with F to F right now, it's the weather is not well. So I would want to, if you want to know, I was supposed to have a face-to-face session this week, However, with rain and stuff that's happening, I don't think that's going to show up. So, I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Chase. Okay? So if kung papayag ka. Kung maganda ang weather natin. Because my problem when we had the weather, it took me 2 to 3 hours going home. It was that bad. Okay, so yun lang. It ate away a lot of my time that I could have used for work and a lot of time that I could have done class. Okay, and I was already low back and I couldn't do anything. So yeah, I want to avoid that type of instance. Okay, so it happened to me 2 weeks ago. So anyway, I'll cut the story short and let's now start with the visual attendance. So I'm reading my snipping tool. Okay, so get ready, guys. Flash your big smiles. Say, I will pass this subject. No, I'm just kidding. I will pass this subject with flying colors. Okay, so ready. Okay, Chase, you could remember you could remove your mask, okay, for the time being. Okay, ready. One, two, ready, big smiles. There you go. So it's okay, guys. I know I look like a silhouette, but it's fine. What's important is that I get you guys, not me, um, good in the picture. So I'll just say this one for documentation. Guys, you might wonder, sir, where do I post these things? I keep it because just in case that people are asking, sir, how come I have a low grade and stuff like that? I would likely give it to people that regularly goes to my subject. For those who go to my subject all the time, you get higher grades, of course. You get higher um, class standing grades from me. But for those who don't, sorry na lang. Okay, so yun. Okay, so that's my aspect. That's my distinction. So yun. Imbes na maka 4 sila, naka 3.5 lang sila. That kind of thing. Okay, so I'm good. I hope you guys are good. Okay, I hope you guys are staying safe. We'll see each other on Saturday. Okay, and I'll let you guys know. Okay, sorry. Okay. May nahanap daw si Martin na Maya Vector in Maya 2020. Try to play around with it. Okay, my problem with the 2020 version is that sometimes it does not well, it takes more resources if you want to know. Okay, but if it works for you, malay mo okay na. I'll do a separate recording for Maya Vector because that's my standpoint, guys, in how to make really good backgrounds for your 2D. Okay, again, if you have projects na gagawa kayo ng buildings, gagawa kayo ng cities, you can just resort to making it in Maya and then render it in 2D. Okay, so yun na habang natin. Thank you guys for staying up with me, even though with the power problem that we have and so forth. I hope you guys are okay also. See you. Thank you very much, guys. Bye. Thank you. Thank you.